My name is Seth Andiki. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Liyana Traders Limited. Liyana Traders Limited is a company incorporated and registered in Kenya. We have a mission of being the global gateway for African fruit farmers. We were founded in 2021. From there on, we've been able to get into the horticultural agribusiness, exporting a variety of fruits to Europe, Middle East and Asia. Our key product at the moment being avocado, and we also do a bit of pineapples and mangoes as well. I met people that are working for Fluna in 2000, early this year at Fruit Logistica in Berlin. So they explained to us what they were trying to do, trying to bridge finance and build capacity where African exporters are concerned, especially sourcing for finances. But they also had a very good innovative platform where they call the multi-currency account, which is able to actually enable especially exporters to be able to receive payment seamlessly in different currency from different jurisdictions across the globe. And we found that to be a very interesting solution that would actually help us address some of our pain points. And based on that, our initial interaction, we set up an intro meeting where we were able to introduce what we do, what we've been able to do. And from there, then the conversation and the relationship started, which has grown to what it is today. With the multi-currency account, we are able to actually pay our producers in Ghana efficiently for them to actually be able to supply our customers in the Middle East. So with that, then we've been able to actually build track record where that particular fruit is concerned. And based on the multi-currency account, we've actually managed to send close to around 10 to 15 tons from Ghana to our clients in Middle East. This probably might not have been possible without the multi-currency account because it has actually been able to help us pay our suppliers efficiently, but also again receive payments from our customers efficiently and effectively as well. The other thing about the multi-currency account is that the flexibility of being able to move funds in different currency. So if the customer pays us in euros and we want to pay our suppliers in dollars, it was very effective and seamless for us to be able to do the translation. And the translation was actually cost effective for us. And that was one of the advantages that we've been able to experience with the multi-currency account. It's a platform that is user-friendly. You're able to track most of our expenditure through the multi-currency account as well. We've been able to see what our cost centers, how they are growing, and in that we have been able to structure our operations as well. So it also have that flexibility of enabling, the users to be able to see on a dashboard what are their costs, what are their revenue looking like, and be able to track those as well. I will definitely encourage any other exporter or somebody who have a mission like having a Pan-African operations to consider using the multi-currency account to enhance their business. We've been able to access the loan facilities from Fluna, which is the second benefit that we received from Fluna Incorporated. We found the flexibility of working with Fluna much more appealing and attractive. The reason being is that the transaction cycle for us to get the credit approval was very, very fast. In a typical example, when you're working to get a commercial loan, probably transaction cycle will take you close to a month or so. With Fluna, that was reduced to a minimum of 5 days. That alone was beneficial because playing in a perishable and especially dealing with fruits, you really need to be able to access finances and be able to access the finances as fast as possible. The other thing that we've also experienced with the loan facility from Fluna is that it does not require us to have a collateral for us to be able to access these finances. And with that, then it becomes very easy and the loan process doesn't become tedious on that regard. Just looking at our year-to-year progress, last year, if we compare the facility that we received from Fluna and what we did in terms of our activities in the year of 2022, we've been able to grow our export business threefold thanks to the facility that we got from Fluna. That has actually been able to put us at a platform where now we are in a better place to be able to launch even further. Of course, with partnership with Fluna, to be able to even bring on board other clients that will enable us to grow this business as well. And in that regard, we are also able to give more benefits and impact more farmers as we continue our cooperations with Fluna. Fluna has been very agile in terms of our relationship with them, and I remember even before they connected us with a European buyer, we had a challenge in terms of a consignment that we had sent to Europe, and there were a bit of delays in terms of us getting payment done. But the fact that Fluna had a presence in Europe really helped us to negotiate and talk to this particular customer to be able to pay us. And based on that, we were able to get something that probably would have dragged for long, cost us money in terms of even travel to Europe to be able to sort out that problem, was actually solved thanks to Fluna having presence in one of our markets in Europe. Fast forward after that, we, of course, after building the relationship over time, of course, starting with the multi-currency account, coming into the loan facility with our current customers, they were able to connect us with a very reputable buyer, which solved one of our key pain points, because being a company that was recently founded, we were having challenge in terms of breaking into the European market and getting a consistent program that will be able to give us a platform where we are able to grow the company. But with the connection that we received from Fluna, they were able to connect us with a customer based in Europe. And with this particular connection, then we are now sure, and we have on a good track record in terms of even planning to even grow to greater heights come 2024. Thanks to Fluna, we are now sure that now come to 2024, our programs will be much more consistent. Our production and export will also be much more consistent, because we are bringing another buyer to our customer base, and that increases and grows the company as well. So we expect even come next year that Liyana Traders Limited will now grow even much stronger and faster compared to 2023, as much as we've been able to realize a lot of success in 2023 with the support that we received from Fluna. One of the critical things that we've actually enjoyed with Fluna is they allocate you a dedicated relationship manager that is able to address your issues. Whether it's a payment issue, whether you want to fast track your facility, and whether you want a connection or get more information where the buyer that they've connected you to is concerned. So based on that, we've been able to see Liyana Traders grow exponentially in this year of 2023. Coming from 2022, where we only managed to send to Europe around 7 containers. This year, through the help of Fluna, we've managed to send almost 20 containers out of Kenya. And again, also there's a growth in terms of our presence in East Africa. So through the buyer connection that we got from Fluna, now we have operations set up in Tanzania as well, where we've been able to send 1 trial consignment, and we're looking actually to grow on that end. So if you look at the way our company has grown from 2022 to 2023, we've gotten a new customer from Fluna, and that has actually given us even a new presence in a different country other than Kenya. The other thing is that also our volume grew from 7 containers in 2022 to over 20 containers this year. That probably turns to around 3-fold growth. In terms of turnover for the company, we've seen that also grow as well. If I can give numbers in terms of Kenya shillings, in 2022, our revenue was in the region of around 11 million Kenya shillings. This year, up to the month of December, we've actually hit revenue of around 51 million Kenya shillings. And this revenue target and growth is hugely attributed with the benefit and the support that we received from Fluna. We had two instances where we've seen the help of Fluna. One was with our interaction with a customer in Europe. This came at the point where we were starting building a relationship with Fluna. And when we had a challenge with this particular customer, it was easier for us to be able to request Fluna to be the go-between us and the customer. If you look at it, we are based in Africa. Our customers are based in Europe. So in case there is a challenge or there is a misunderstanding, it probably might require us to travel and get visas to travel to Europe to be able to solve these issues. That one will probably be an issue of time, getting the visa and everything. So it might not have been very easy for us to solve the solution. But thanks to Fluna and their presence in Europe, we were able to call in, collaborate with them. They engage the customers. We are able to see where the problems are. And through that direct interactions, we were able to solve that issue with the customer. The other one was the issue of payment. Of course, when you're dealing with farmers, you really need to be able to pay them in good time. So when we are in the program and the customer was paying us, we were able to receive funds efficiently and very promptly. And with that, then we are able to consistently be able to support our program, especially at the tail end of this year. That reduction in terms of cash cycle settlement had actually given us a better relationship building with our suppliers and our farmers as well. And that enabled us to be able to achieve the volumes that we managed to achieve this year. Our typical export journey starts with us engaging with the customer. Of course, one of the platforms where you can be able to meet these customers is you go to the trade fairs in Europe. You have a discussion with them. You introduce the company and everything. Just to circle back a bit, you really have to be able to get all the necessary certification as a company to be able to operate in these particular markets. Then with that, then you're able to have a sit down with them, talk about your potential, and then based on that, then they're able to give you an order. So once you get an order, you come back to your pack house, you discuss with your team, organize a work plan, which a process of preparing one container probably will take around 5 days. So the fruits are harvested within 2 days, especially on the avocado side. They're brought to the pack house, they are sorted, they are washed, they are packed. And then, of course, the logistical part where now you make the fruit ready and then you put them in the container. The truck transport it to the vessel at the port. The work plan will take around 7 to 8 days. Of course, there is need to be able to finance these particular activities. If you compare that with what the customer would probably want to pay you an advance after you send them the documentation, that means the vessel has actually departed from the port. That cash support need was a big pain point for us. And when Fluna offered to actually help us in terms of bridging our working capital, that really helped us a lot because now we are able now to actually improve our capacity in terms of if initially we were only able to do a container after every 2 weeks, with the support of Fluna, we were able to actually grow that to almost 3 containers a week through the financial and the facility that they were able to give us. Also looking at that work plan, you really need to have a partner that understands that journey. It's a very short journey, which means you really need to be able to have quick access to these particular finances. We are able to have a round table with Fluna. They were able to appreciate this journey we are going through and quickly adjust their processes. I remember the first facility probably took longer than we expected, but when we laid down our work plan to them, they were able to give us a solution that fit within our work plan as well. So this actually goes to point out that Fluna as an organization, very agile in terms of responding to partners' needs, where funding and even connections are concerned. So they come in and able to fit into your plans, and with that then you are able to efficiently operate and build on your business. Comparatively between 2022 to 2023, our staff was a bit very lean. We had a staff count of around five of us being two actively involved in the business and 3 consultants as well. Fast forward to 2023, we have been able to grow our revenue. We've been able to bring on board close to around 7 staff permanently into the business. And this has actually been because of the support that we received from Fluna. But again, also looking at that, been able to even have other people that we've been able to employ indirectly to a tune of around 30. And majority of these casual workers, almost 90% are women, because they're the ones that look at the quality process when you're doing the packaging and everything. So having grown from a staff count of 5, where 2 are the permanent staff, 3 were a bit of consultants, to 7 permanent staff, we've seen that growth evolve because of the help that we received from Fluna. And again, also the individuals have been able to employ indirectly in terms of casual laborers. We've been able to actually grow that to around 30. On the casual side, majority of them being women, but when you come to the permanent staff, around 50% of them are women as well. My advice to people that want to venture into export market, there's a huge opportunity. First of all, the data that is coming out is there is more consumption, especially let me focus more on avocado side. There's a higher consumption of avocado in the US compared to Europe. Some of the data that we are receiving is that the consumption annually in the US is around 6 kg per person. In Europe, it's down to 2.5 to 3 kgs per person. So that means there is a huge opportunity for growth. Looking at the area of India, also wanting to import African fruits, China as well, Asia also coming very strongly around Malaysia and those areas. So there is a huge opportunity where horticultural export is concerned. But the key thing is for somebody who wants to venture into this business, make sure that your documentation, first of all, is at the standard of international accepted certification. You have to really make sure that you have all your certification in place, at least at the bare minimum, have the global gap and the global grasp. But again, also you can aspire also to get even other certifications that also include fair trade certification like rainforest and SMETA. And also that will also be able to grow your presence. When you're talking with particular customers, they'll be able to give you audience. Thirdly, you need to be able to get a partner that can be able to help you sieve through the customers that are there in the market, because you realize that as you deal with customers in different jurisdictions, there's complexity where trade contracts are concerned. So you really need a partner that have walked that journey. I will highly recommend Fluna, that you partner with Fluna to be able just to help you know what terms, how to negotiate the terms with the customer, know how to profile the customers, and also to how to negotiate in terms of pricing and program as well. So you really need a very strong partner to be able to help you on that. Fourthly, you really need a partner that can be able to fund that business. Looking at flexibility and the easy access of finance that comes with Fluna, I would highly recommend that you consider working with them as well. As you grow that relationship and you build reputation and track record, they have also the capability of connecting you with customers that they already actually done due diligence on. So you don't have to spend a lot of time and a lot of resources trying to know which particular customer will be ideal for your business. So if you connect with Fluna, they'll be able to help you do actually enhance due diligence on the buyer's side. As you get into this business, have a more focused mindset. It's not about you as a company, but what is the impact that you're bringing to this particular sector, to this particular industry. Of course, we need to create more employment opportunities for individuals. Of course, as one of the critical things is Africa is a very young population, very small opportunities in terms of employment. So if you're starting a business, you be able to create employment opportunity for others. The other thing is also you are able to give farmers better value for their hard work. in terms of, it takes a lot to just make sure that the fruit is ready to be exported. So we really need to be able to give value to those particular farmers. So have a broader vision and a mission, but again also look at partnering with an institution or somebody that can be able to work with you, understand where you are, appreciate where you are going, and also help you walk that journey and be part of that growth success. Where we are right now, I think the future is brighter, thanks to our relationship with Fluna. We actually looking at 2024 being a much better year for us. Growing from current revenue targets around 50 million, we actually look forward to actually even growing that fourfold come next year. This is with the benefit of our connection with Fluna. And one of the things that I will say in summary is the flexibility is not just about funding. You can get funding from anywhere, but you really need a partner that understands your journey, understands your interests, understands your strategy, and is able to build into that, able to plug into that, so that at the end of the day is somebody that is a trusted partner as you grow through this journey. For us, I think our experience this year, especially in terms of the issue that we had in Europe, they come in effectively to help us address that. The multi-currency account that has enabled us to have even operations from Ghana and grew our revenue stream from that side was something that was a plus that we probably would have not been able to do if you didn't have that facility like a multi-currency account. So the fact that all these things put together within the same house, it's a very huge opportunity for us as a company to be able to grow. And Fluna has actually come at a very good time where we are at our infancy and on our trajectory to grow the business as we move forward. And we're actually looking for a long-term relationship with them. Of course, for us, they have proven time and time again of their willingness to be able to listen to our issues, be able to craft bespoke solutions for us as an entity. And based on that, then we really believe that going forward, there will be a critical partner for us to be able to move to the next phase of for the growth of the company. So in a general term, Fluna has been that partner that listens to your issues. They have been very efficient in terms of responding to our problems. They have come in to help us even address issues that are non-related to what they offer, which is a plus for us. And based on that interest and impact that we received from them, we can actually just say that the future is much brighter with Fluna as our partner going into 2024 and beyond.